This is Hope from Hope Nutritional Services, and here is an article about butternut squash with orange and ginger. But before I get into this article, I would like to give you some background about it. So, the title is called Romance Your Taste Buds with Nutritious Root Vegetables. And in this audio, I'm discussing squashes. This recipe is made of butternut squash, grated fresh ginger, and the rind of grated orange. This is delicious and healthy and can be a comfort food in the winter or any time of the year. So let us examine the history of squash that came from the remains found in ancient Mexican caves. People have been eating squash for at least 7,000 years. And squash is one of the three sisters in early Native American diets. The other two are corn and beans. They had such prominence that often they were put in the coffins of the dead in order to provide them with nourishment on their final journey. It has taken a long time for scientists to catch up with early Americans' belief to prove that squash is almost overloaded with nourishing compounds. Squash contains a wide array of rich vitamins, minerals, and other compounds that scientists have just begun to map out its healing properties. These are found in and referred to as winter squash, such as Hubbard, acorn, and butternut. They are distinguished by their deep yellow and orange flesh colors. These deep-hued, intense colors indicate the presence of healing compounds inside of their flesh. Butternut squash and the rough-skin Hubbard squash are both rich in vitamin C and beta-carotene, two antioxidants that are shown to prevent cancer, heart disease, and certain age-related conditions associated with the eyes. Eating a half of a cup of baked butternut squash will provide more than a quarter of the daily value for vitamin C. The same amount of squash delivers 40 to 66% of the amount of beta-carotene recommended by nutrition experts. Squashes are plentiful in the supermarket during the fall and winter seasons. This is a great time to buy and romance them to enjoy their versatility and include them in your diet. The recipe below is one of many ways you can prepare to eat them. So here's the recipe, and it's called butternut squash puree with orange and ginger. Here are the ingredients: 1 medium-sized butternut squash, peeled and cut into half-inch cubes, and you'd scrape the seeds from the interior. 1½ teaspoons grated fresh ginger, 1 teaspoon grated orange rind, 1 teaspoon salt, and a freshly ground pepper to taste. And how would you prepare it? You would place the squash in a medium-sized saucepan and cover with cold water. Or you could place it over medium-high heat and bring to a boil. Reduce the heat and simmer until tender, and this should take about 10 minutes. Drain well. And then you'd place the squash in a food processor with the ginger and orange rind. Process until smooth. And then you could add small amount of salt and pepper and divide among 4 bowls and serving immediately. An alternative preparation, you would cut the squash in half and scoop out the seeds and the interior from the middle, and you could put the cut sides down on a cookie sheet in an oven heated at 350 degrees and bake it until the squash is soft. Once cooked, you'll scoop out the inside of the cooked squash and put it into a food processor and add the rest of the ingredients and puree. And that is it. So uh, go ahead and get a squash and try it if you've never eaten it before, but you'll find them in your local grocery supermarket. So take care and enjoy it when you cook it.